On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, scientists believe they have discovered General Dollar himself. Spotted outside his natural habitat, this elusive creature has evolved a rare defensive tactic: cardboard battle armor. Notice how he peers out cautiously, scanning for threats or spare change. Experts advise not giving him $1. Studies show once fed, the general becomes more powerful, gains confidence, and may attempt to upgrade his tweaker armor. For now, he wanders the storefront, protected by cardboard and bad decisions. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we witness a rare creature performing its tusk-brushing ritual. Tweaker tusks are highly valued on the black market, making the species a prime target for poachers. Approaching requires extreme caution. If provoked, it can deliver a bite force exceeding 475 psi. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, in the concrete wastelands, two female tweakers engage in a territorial dispute. Armed with wheelchairs and confidence, they circle aggressively. Threat calls are exchanged, none of which affect the outcome. The battle ends in a draw, as both roll away convinced they absolutely won. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we witness the return of the dumpster spider, an urban creature that believes imagination can defeat gravity. Perched like a superhero, the specimen attempts to climb using nothing but delusion and finger strength. No webs, no muscles, no chance. Moments later, the dumpster spider enters its signature phase. Dangling helplessly from a ledge, cheeks exposed, dignity abandoned. Experts agree, this is not evolution. This is rock bottom, with a Spider-Man mask. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we observe a male tweaker attempting what he believes is transportation. He stole a kid's bike, later reclassified as a tweaker tricycle. The creature then begins attaching his prized possession, the tweaker trailer. Victorious, the tweaker mounts the child's bike, now fully upgraded, and rides off proudly. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, a lone tweaker warrior emerges at a gas station. He battles an ancient tweaker demon, striking first, asking questions never. Experts believe the enemy is winning, but the battle must go on. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, researchers encounter a tweaker who has fully committed to becoming a cardboard box. Standing boldly at a busy intersection, the specimen believes packaging grants street-level invisibility. Notice the high heels sticking out, a flaw in the disguise. Cars slow down, not for safety, but to process what they're seeing. Experts advise against opening the box. Would you open it? On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, researchers document a male tweaker attempting parkour. The jump is attempted. The jump fails. The shoulder takes the blame. The tweaker, pretending nothing happened, leaps onto a light pole, believing confidence is a substitute for strength. Gravity intervenes. A slide down the pole is followed by a backflip attempt. Unsuccessful, but oddly ambitious. Now enraged, the tweaker removes his shirt and attacks the pole, which remains completely unbothered. Defeated, the tweaker stomps off, convinced the pole won. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we encounter the blue-wig tweaker goblin. It erupts into the asphalt shimmy, a ritual that causes traffic jams and terrifies street signs. The straps snap, the wig whips. Pedestrians freeze, unsure if they're witnessing evolution or a minor apocalypse. Traffic slows, hips swivel, nature is chaotic, and this intersection is its stage. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we observe a live tweaker mating call. The tweaker lowers his pants to ankle level, a desperate signal meant to attract a mate. He wanders the concrete jungle, broadcasting availability without saying a word. Even the dog is wondering what's going on. The call echoes, but no mate appears. Rejected by society and ignored by his own kind, the male accepts defeat. He leaves his pants down and drifts back into the concrete jungle alone. The mating call has failed, but fear not. It will be attempted again tomorrow. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, researchers stumble upon a rare concrete jungle pizza party. The kitchen, tarps and blowtorches for ovens. The female tweakers are seen preparing their famous pie, Tweakeroni pizza. But the celebration is briefly interrupted. One male specimen spots the research drone overhead, conducts a swift tactical hand check inside the shorts, and deploys the universal signal of diplomacy, the middle finger. The concrete jungle pizza party continues. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, someone really messed up. Researchers arrive at a family carnival and are horrified to discover the ride operator is working while visibly operating on pure chemical motivation. This is the metho-go-round. Eyes bugged, jaw clenched, arms locked straight. The specimen aggressively launches the ride like he's fighting it for dominance. Witnesses confirm the ride is full of children. Researchers agree. Those kids just aged about 10 years in 25 seconds. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we encounter a male tweaker deep in the urban transit, mid-ritual. His pants have failed him, but panic has not. Using what appears to be industrial-grade duct tape, he constructs emergency underwear in the wild. Observe the posture, bent forward, ass to the breeze. This is urban survival engineering. Trains will come, commuters will stare. And somewhere, a roll of duct tape has fulfilled its destiny. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, researchers stumble upon a rare and highly unstable tweaker nest, carefully constructed from tarps, fencing, stolen items, and what appears to be a ceremonial kiddie pool. The resident tweaker, alerted by sudden movement above, emerges from the nest in a defensive posture, confused, mildly offended, and clearly protective of his habitat. Experts advise that if you ever encounter a tweaker nest in the wild, remain calm, avoid sudden movements, and try not to disturb the environment. Please be respectful to the tweaker and their nest. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we observe a lone male tweaker performing an aggressive concrete mating display. With no mate and no plan, he redirects his energy toward the pavement itself. Each jump is deliberate, ritualistic, and completely pointless. Experts believe the concrete provides emotional support and zero chance of rejection. After the ritual, the concrete pressed charges. On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, scientists believe they've discovered a tweaker from outer space. After a crash landing in the concrete jungle, scientists believe this tweaker is on a mission in search for Methlantis. Experts admit they have no idea what this is, where it came from, or why it's still here. Further contact is discouraged.